Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, December 7th. It is 6:23 right now. Market's going to open in about 7 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and then we'll get started shortly. So just give me a few moments to finish setting this up, and then we should be good to go. Solid. Looks good. A few more things here to update, and we should be good to go. All right, so let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, cool. Link sent out. Looks like we're good to go. I'll get a few moments for people to make their way in. But pretty much, I think we're good to go. All right, cool. All right, looks like majority of you guys are making your way into the room right now. Morning, Ruin. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Peter. Morning, David. Morning, everybody. So today is Wednesday, December 7th. It is 6:25 right now. Market's going to open in about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and post this up on our Instagram real quick too. And then we should be good to go. So if you guys took the odd CAD trade that we took yesterday, I called this during the live session actually. The signal right here. Called this during the live session yesterday. We let it run, pretty much took all day. And then this morning, it went straight to full TP. So basically no drawdown. It just literally went straight to TP. So if you guys took that, great, full TP on that. We have another trade that's currently running right now, USD CHF right here. Currently in profit, so I'm in profit about 115. This is my small personal account. So taking about a 5% risk on here because I'm confident about it. But other than that, that's it for right now. So let me go ahead and just post this up real quick and we'll get started shortly. All right. Looks like we are good to go. Hey, Karen, morning. Morning, Siren. Morning, Maria. Morning, everybody. So looking over here at US30, I'm expecting it to drop, but we'll see. Anyways, let me go ahead and mark up the overall direction real quick. 627 right now. Market's gonna open shortly. Overall direction. See if there was news this morning. So let's see, today, December 7th, there was news here at 5:30. So 5:30 and 7:30. There's news at Pastory at 5:30, which was obviously this big candle right there. Then we have news coming up over here at 7:30. I don't know what's up with this thing. I'll have to adjust this when time gets closer to it. This whole contract swap thing is kind of throwing me off, but it's okay. But anyways, let me just mark up news price right here real quick. Wrong candle. Right there. I'm expecting US30 to come down, but we'll see. Yeah, I just need a I'll leave that right there at 730. It's because it's contract swaps happening. It's like kind of throwing me off. We have some more USD news here at 7. So we have news at 7 and 7:30. So I'll come back and take a look at that once it comes time. Market is going to open up in about 30 seconds, guys. So let me take a look at the overall direction again. Retail sentiment 64%. Fundamentals are 15, so it's not very much. 64% short. Negative 16 points. 4-hour trend is bearish. 1-hour trend's also bearish. It looks pretty bearish overall. So this is why I think price is going to drop right here on open, but we'll see. I don't know if it's going to be like a smooth move because of how the market's currently moving, but I mean, overall it looks pretty bearish to me. 10-minute is well bearish right there. All right, guys, market is now open. There we go with that, bearish push right there. On open, we need to confirm a strong red candle though before it actually, continues down. But I do think it'll probably drop a bit further. So I think for this session, price is probably going to drop and knock out all liquidity. There's a lot of liquidity down here. I think that's eventually what's going to happen, but I don't know how this breakout's going to push through because we don't have the confirmation yet of the strong candle, of course. So I wouldn't necessarily just hop in. I would wait first and be patient because obviously you can see how crazy it's moving right now. So yeah, super volatile. Definitely want to be careful with making any entries here. There's no breakout yet because we don't have a confirmation of a strong red candle. If we do get that confirmation of a strong red candle, that would technically be the entry, but we don't have that yet. It's also right at the session, so not necessarily a good area to be trading specifically. Obvious red flag there. Hey, William. Morning. Morning, Kevin. Morning, Douglas. Morning, T. Morning, everybody. So, all right, guys, market is now open. We're waiting for that confirmation here for the breakout. If we don't get that confirmation, then obviously no breakout. And again, obviously it's right here in the middle of a red flag. So even though I think price is going to drop, obviously it's not a smooth drop right here. So we'll see. I mean, price will probably mess around for a bit and then eventually it'll probably come down. So this area right here is just not an area to trade anyways. So either way, if you wanted to take a trade, this area where the sessions is not a good area to be taking trades. Also, opening price is right there too. So you have 2 red flags there, sessions and opening price. We got news coming up over here at 7. And then we got news again coming up over here at 7:30. Market up over here as well. I don't know what's up with this. I don't know if this chart's different. I don't know. For some reason, this one over here, it like showed more time moving forward, but then this one over here never updated. Still has a contract swap button. Let's refresh this real quick. I don't know what's up. It's the same asset, but for whatever reason, just this chart's okay. There we go. I don't know why I didn't update. All right. So we got news at 7, news at 7:30. So looking over here on the 5 and the 10-minute, there was an entry right here off this candle. However, it's kind of risky because it's right at the sessions. But this would technically be a momentum scalp entry. It is a little risky though. It's very risky actually, because this actual candle entry came up at the it came up at the, what is this thing called? Came up at the sessions right here. So this entry candle, this green candle came up like right at the sessions. So that's why it would be, obviously considered a bit risky. So that's why we would have, obviously avoided it. All right, it's just a waiting game now at this moment, but we do have a bullish bias here with regard to, or it hasn't confirmed here yet on the 10-minute, but it has confirmed here on the 5. So again, let's take a look at the requirements here for the momentum scalp. First, we need to take a look at the overall direction of trend, right? Let me put the requirements up here. So for the first step right here, you want to confirm that you're trading in the direction of overall trend. With that said, we'll start off with the 10-minute over here. The 10-minute hasn't confirmed yet because this candle hasn't closed above the pivots, right? Trend meter down here is blue, so it's neutral. Price is kind of bouncing in between the pivots over here, so it's neutral here as well. To confirm this, we need price to actually close above it. So right now, this is neutral. Going down to the 5-minute, this is bullish. Trend meter is green. Pivots are angling up. Price is above the pivots and the pivots are spread out. So this is bullish. 1 minute's also bullish. Price is above the pivots. Trend meter is green. Pivots are angling up and they're spread out. Lastly, over here on the 10, now it's gonna, if this closes here in the next, let's see how many seconds we have on this candle. If this candle here closes in the next 3 minutes, actually, we have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on this candle. If it closes above here, then this is going to confirm a bullish trend on the 10-minute. Once we've confirmed the overall direction of trend here, we can move on to step 2. Step 2 is to confirm momentum on the 10-minute time frame. We currently have a buy signal right here. So this is perfectly fine. This is going to line up with this requirement. So requirements 1 and 2 have been met after 1's been completed. For number 3, we want to confirm momentum on the 5-minute. We also have a buy signal right here, so that's going to confirm it as well. Lastly, we need the buy signal here on the 1 to make entry. So that's going to be our catalyst for entry right here on the 1 minute. But again, we're going to wait for this here to close. Once this closes here, then we can look for possible entry on the 1 minute time frame. So it's just a matter of time, guys. Just got to be patient with it. Waiting for this to bounce around. I don't know how long this will hold for, so we'll see how long does it actually hold for. Or maybe this is the start of the bullish push. So if you guys have seen at the end of every year, we typically have that bullish push mid-December, and it'll go bullish from mid-December all the way till the end of the year. But again, here you can see how price is kind of coming right back down. So big fake out right here on the 1 minute. If you guys took the entry there, great. If you didn't, it's okay. I actually took it on my account, but I took it with a wrong lot size. So I'll show you in a little bit. I forgot to set up my MC4 here because I turned it off overnight, my computer, and I took it for a 0.01. So I made 18 cents on it. I should have made 1,800, but made 18 cents, which is perfectly fine. But yeah, I mean, it was a bad trade to begin with. I saw it and I took it when I saw it close, but then I realized that it was at the sessions. So we're not going to count that as a trade, but I did take it on my account as well. Anyways, we're going to wait for the next entry here. So we still need this here to close on the 10. We have about 1:30 left on here. Once it closes, we'll take this right there. we'll confirm it, and then we'll go down to the next steps here, which would already be confirmed on the 5. So basically, if this here closes above the pivots, then steps 1 through 3 have already been confirmed. We're going to move on to step 4. We'll go over it one by one, but that's the main thing that we're looking for right here. One of the big issues here as well in the 1 minute is that there is a lot of sessions up here. Here's my USD CAD CHF position, still in profit, 162 right now. Nice. Some of you guys here did take the entry that we just discussed. Let me see. All right, so I will, I'll just post I'll post the entry right here because it looks like a lot of you guys took it. Looking over here at Deswell, so Deswell took that buy right there. He locked in the total profit of 4,050 right here. So nice work, Deswell. Also right here, we got Patrick over here who also took it. He made 574 on his account. Nice work, Patrick. He trailed it as it pushed up. Deswell 4,050. Patrick again over here, 2008 for that profit as well. So I'll just give you guys an update in the chat so that you guys can be aware of that entry that came up right there. So if you guys are in it, or if you guys were in it, make sure to actually pull out of it here. So this candle right here. And I'll show you guys my profit too, because I took the trade as well, but I forgot to change my lot size. So I took it with the 0.01. I only made like 18 cents on it. Technically, it was supposed to be times 100. So I'd be like up 1,800, but just made partial on it. And that'd be considered the momentum scalp. David over here as well made 271 off that trade. Nice work, David. All right, Maddie over here as well. Maddie took the trade too. He's up 330 off this account. Nice work, Maddie. Second account over here, 480. So it looks like a lot of you guys actually took that trade. I'm not sure if you guys didn't see the sessions right there. I missed it myself too because it blasted up so high. But everything here did line up, so that's why it looked like a good entry, and I decided to take it. All right, the 10-minute closed up there, so we can start looking for buys now here on the 1 minute. We'll see if it holds. While we wait for that buy signal, because we need a sell signal to come up for retracement, and then once we get that buy signal, we can enter. Let me take a screenshot of my accounts over here. I'll show you the I guess basically the pennies that I made across my accounts. The only account that took like the actual full move would be my my personal account. Also, I'm applying a different strategy as well. So you'll see on my Henko account, my personal, I have like other assets that I'm trading there as well. I've kind of figured out this intraday strategy for pretty much all the indices and gold. And I've been testing it out on my personal account right now. It's not a strategy that I can use on my personal, on my FTMOs, because the drawdown is kind of, it's very risky. It's not kind of risky, it's very risky. But I'm going to run it on my account. And if I like it and I continue to take those entries, then I can possibly, like, I'm so against account management, but the strategy is so good. It's just a set and forget one that I can probably start managing certain accounts. Because literally, I'm just going to take the trades and let them run. It's a risky strategy because it requires a really wide stop loss, or it also either no stop loss. Typically, I don't use a stop loss because I use a very small lot size, and I just let it hit TP because I already know where price is going. All right, here we go. As price comes back down, and you guys will see here on my personal account. Like, I never recommend people don't use stop loss, but I'm taking such a small lot size, like a 0.01. It's a penny lot, or I'm okay with it. I could go into like massive drawdown and still be fine. But once I start using bigger lot sizes, you know, obviously, gotta be a little more careful. All right, let me just fix this real quick. So I'm still looking at the charts, guys. Don't worry, I'm not missing anything. We do have the sell signal right there. So we need to get a buy signal over here on the 1 in order for us to have entry. Delete these old ones here. So basically, I'm looking for a buy signal over here to come up on the 1 minute. If we get that, then there'd be an entry here, applying the momentum scalp strategy. But until we get that, no entry. All right, so here are my profits for that trade. So still no buy signal. So the buy signal never came up here. We're literally just waiting for that buy signal to come up. So here are my profits on that trade that we just covered earlier. So you guys can see here that I forgot to change my lot size. So I took a 0.01 here, hit full TP. I locked in 18 cents. It's supposed to be 1,800, but it's all good. So I locked in very low profit there, but it did hit TP. That was this entry right here. I didn't even post it. Oops. Let me go over here real quick and I'll just take a screenshot of this. Thought I did, but all right, so we're still looking for that buy signal. But anyways, for that first entry over here, I swear I put the, oh, I put it on the wrong channel, that's why. All right, so looking at this right here, you guys will see that I did take that trade that posted right there. I made 18 cents off my main account, 13 cents off my copier, 13 cents off my MFF, 12 cents off my other MFF. These are all supposed to be 1,000. So 1,800, 1,300, 1,300, etc. Here's my personal account, you guys can see my full TP off NASDAQ right here. I have like this intraday strategy that it's based directly off like the momentum signals, momentum and trend, the original strategy. I'm just letting them run. So I take the trade and I let it run. It's just a 0.01. It typically goes to those points. So it's kind of what I'm looking for there. Here's the US30 trade. This one actually took the normal lot size because I have a fixed lot size on my copier. So I locked in 24 off that one. So here's my account so far. You know, all these penny trades, all of my accounts, and then my full profits for the week. So not horrible. Still looking for the next trade here. If price comes back down, then that's perfectly fine because that's kind of where I'm expecting price to go anyways. This push to the upside was temporary. I wasn't expecting it to really hold. If you guys remember my analysis from earlier this morning when the market first opened, I said that I think price is going to drop down. I thought that the price, or the movement that was happening was going to be temporary, which it was. So here goes, price comes right back down and it's going exactly to where I anticipated from market open. So earlier this morning, I was like, okay, I think price is going to come down and knock out all this liquidity. And that's exactly what's happening here. This was just a fake out to the upside. I wasn't really looking to take buys here to begin with. I was looking for price to actually come down and knock out this liquidity down here. So everything is swinging back down. With that said, you can see the criteria here is now changed, right? We were looking for we confirmed a bullish trend bias. Now it's a bearish trend bias here on the 10. So price is now back below here. You can see that the trend meter is now red. Price is below the pivots. Pivots are angling down. This is going to confirm a downtrend. Same with this here on the 5-minute, same exact thing. Price is below the pivots. Trend meter is starting to turn red and the pivots are starting to angle down. So now that we were shifting, now that we're going back to the bullish downtrend, we can start looking for sells. Once this is confirmed here on the 5, we've confirmed it on the 10. It's confirming here on the 5. We just need this here to really confirm and close with the sell for the trend. Once we have that, we can go to the 1 here and look for entry. So yeah, just a matter of time, guys, for this to confirm. You got to make sure all of these line up. These here haven't lined up yet. 10-minute here is basically back to a sell. The 5-minute here is still kind of neutral. The trend meter is blue. The 1 minute over here is back to a sell as well. So trend meter down here is red. Price is below the pivots. Pivots are angling down and they're spread out. So this can very likely just continue down lower, but we just got to wait for that confirmation. Until we get the confirmation, no entry. At the moment, we just got to sit tight. So now we just got to wait. All right, cool. Nice. Maddie caught a quick scalp. Let's see if there's anything else here. Yeah, so Maddie mentioned that he caught a quick scalp along the way at 640 or 649 actually a few minutes ago. So nice for catching that, Maddie. So as you can see right here on the 5, it still hasn't confirmed, right? We're waiting for this trend meter here to turn red. It's going to turn red eventually. It's just going to be a matter of time until it does. Right here on the 10-minute, it is bearish, but it's kind of neutral. So it's going sideways right here in between the pivots. Same with the 5-minute here. 1 minute over here is still dropping. We need that confirmation until we can really look for an entry here. So here we go. As price continues to drop lower. So the reason why I knew that the sell was going to happen here was because I had a sell running on the 1 hour. So that same strategy that I was just telling you guys about, the intraday, I got it running right here in profit. So I sent this to Maddie actually this morning. So I'm actually in this trade right here. This is why I knew the sell was going to happen, because I already was in a sell on the 1 hour. This here, technically, I drew this wrong. This TP is supposed to be down here. So I was already in a sell. This is why I already knew price was going to drop. So my account's looking nice. I also took this NASDAQ trade. This is the one I took earlier. That's when I hit my full TP. So I'm using this 1 hour as confluence. I already knew price was going to come down because my trade's still running on my 1 hour. So that's why I was expecting it to come down. This strategy hits almost every single time. Maddie kind of back tested it with me last night, and he went back, I think, 3 or 4 months, and there was no losses. So it's a really good intraday strategy. It's based directly off the momentum signals. Momentum, and it's basically what we're doing here on momentum. Like we're using the trend and we're using momentum signals, but it has a different price point for target. So my position is running pretty deep in profit right now, or the 1 hour US30 move. Yeah, do the next one, Maddie. So that's like a little reasoning behind why I thought price was going to come down, because my entry or my trade that's currently running right now in the 1 hour was a sell, and it didn't hit TP yet. So I think it'll probably continue dropping for a while until it reaches my TP. Let's see what else I got here. See, Kevin said he took some buys on the way up. It was risky, but he took it anyway. Yeah, nice work, Kevin. Yeah, I only took a buy right there earlier for that entry, but nothing after that. So let's see what else we got over here. We're still waiting for this to come back down to confirm. 5 minute here still hasn't confirmed. So going back over to the requirements, guys. Requirement number 1, confirm trading in the direction of overall trend. The 10 minute over here is definitely bearish. Price is below the pivots. Trend meter is red. Pivots are angling down. A 5 minute over here it's almost there. It hasn't confirmed fully, but price is below the pivots. So this is a bearish neutral trend with regard to the 5 minute. The reason why it's neutral is because the trend meter down here is neutral. However, it is bearish because price is below the pivots, and the pivots are starting to angle down like the 10 minute over here. Lastly, the 1 minute over here is also bearish with price below the pivots, trend meter red, and pivots angling down. So currently right now we have a mostly bearish bias with regard to trend, but it is bearish neutral right now because the 5 minute hasn't confirmed yet. Once the 5 minute here has confirmed, then we can move on to step 2. Step 2, we need to confirm a sell signal on the 10 minute, which we have here pending right now. Once we have that, we can go down to the 5 minute. This already has a sell signal. So let me just go over the requirements. So basically, the main ones that we're focusing on right now that we need is step 1, right? Because if we don't pass step 1, we can't move on to step 2. So realistically, until this passes, we can't necessarily move on to the next step. If we do pass this one, then step 2 is already met, or no, it's pending right now. So we'll have to go to this one right here. Once this is met, the 5 minutes actually already met. So we're going to skip step 3 and go to step 4 because this one's already been met. We're looking for a sell signal on the 5 minute. We already have the sell signal right here. So first we need step 1. Once we do that, step 2. Once we have that, we go down to step 3 for the 5 minute, and then 4, and then we can make entry. But there just isn't anything for us to take right now. We got news right here at 7 o'clock, so it's got to be a little careful for that. Yeah, but there's no clear direction at the moment. Let's see, some more profits over here. Kenny over here locked in a total profit of 320 for the day. So nice work right there, Kenny. 320 on Kenny's account. Let's see, Barack over here said, hey, Sean, got my catch for the day, major spillage or slippage, hence the extra made. So Barack over here is currently up 4,306 right now. Nice work, Barack. Barack up 4,000 for the day. But we're still looking for that confirmation on the 5. So looking over here on the 5 right now, there is still no confirmation. It's actually turning green. So we can't get to step 1 yet until this turns red. So again, we're just waiting here. Until we pass to step one, nothing we can do about it yet. Some more profits over here from Tasha. Tasha locked in the total profit of 468 for the day. Nice work, Tasha. All wins, no losses right here. She also closed out her USD CHF position here with a full profit or with a partial profit of 218. Nice work, Tasha. I was going to move my stop loss and profit for USD CHF, but I didn't get a chance to. So unfortunately, it swung up a little bit. Yeah, Peter said on my FX book, it shows inflation news for USD, but they have an El Salvador flag. Yeah, I know. I noticed that too. So I was a little bit confused, Peter, if that was for us or if that was for El Salvador. Yeah, the flag here this is definitely US news. But it yeah, it's kind of right here at 7. So we got that news event right there, and then one at 7:30. All right, we got the news candle coming up shortly in about 1 minute, guys. So I'm just going to chill out for a bit, wait for this to close. I mean, either way, there's nothing for us to take right now anyways. Bunch of signals over here just came up. All right, so we got somewhat of a confirmation here. So this here still hasn't confirmed, but it's pretty much bearish at this moment. We can't take the entry here on the 1 though, because it's for 1, it's a news candle. And then for 2, it's at news price right there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark up news price, which I'm glad it closed up right here because I want all the news to be in one area. I don't want to be screwed around with and have it in like all out in the open. So we got all the red flags right here. We know exactly where to avoid trades. I'm going to go and mark up news price again right here as well. All right, so we're good with news right now. It's just a waiting game, guys. We don't have the confirmation here on the 5 yet. If this candle here closes, then we'll have the confirmation. So right here on the 1, if we get a signal here for a sell, this would technically be an entry. However, you can see this candle here is touching the news price right there. So we can't take that trade. It's going to be obviously a red flag. And US30 is kind of jumpy today, right? It's like this 5 minute here won't confirm the bearish trend. It's taken like a while for it to actually confirm it. It's been blue for a while now. So it went from blue to green back to blue, and then it just hasn't been red. The 10 minute over here has still been bearish though. So the 10 minutes been bearish for a while since like London Open. 5 minute was bearish for a bit, and then it's got all messy over here. The 1 minute over here is kind of messy too. So it's just bouncing around a whole bunch. All right, so here we are waiting again. I was getting ready to enter a sell, but the 5 minute over here just pretty much threw everything off again. The trend meter on the 5 is green, so we definitely don't have an overall trend. We need this all to be bearish. So US30 is a bit of a mess today, as you guys can see, obviously. It's just bouncing around pretty crazy. I do think eventually it's going to come back down though. So it might not happen right now, but I think towards the end of the session, if not by tomorrow, it's going to come back down because I'm expecting this low to get knocked out on the 1 hour. So I need this to, well, I'm expecting this to come down and at least get to this point right here. So price kind of did come down to here, but it didn't knock out the low. So I'm basing a lot of my bias right here off this low right here, right? So I'm waiting for this to actually come down and hit that point. If we get a buy signal right here, then this might come up and hit this area up here to knock out this this like high area. But I do think eventually it's going to come back down and knock out this low. So it's going to be a back and forth movement. We'll see if this here closes with the buy signal. I'm expecting it to push up at least a little bit up to this point right here. However, if it doesn't, I'm expecting price to come back down and knock out this low right here. So that's my long-term, well, not really long-term, but 1 hour bias, 1 hour direction. Here on the short term, we just don't have any entries. Doesn't matter like what we see here because nothing here lines up. So this is just a short-term push back up. I wouldn't really be convinced that this is going to hold until the 1 hour is actually closed. 1 hour still has a long time left. It has about like, let's see, it has 55 minutes until this candle is actually closed. All right. So looking back here, if this is the case where the 10-minute closes above here, then the overall direction for trend is going to shift to a buy. We were looking for a sell here, but the 5-minute never confirmed, so we can never move on to the next step. Now that price is pushed up a little bit, you can see here on the 10-minute, we have the trend meter back to green. Trend meter here on the 5 is back to green, and the 1 minute here is back to green as well. So if this here closes, this has about like 5 minutes left on it on the 10-minute. So it's got a long time until it gets to that point. It's just a matter of if and when it does close up there. So we really can't make any moves here until the next 5 minutes anyways. So we just got to sit tight for a bit. Looking over here, it looks like Dejan sent me his profits. He said he's done for the day. I need to start trading on my laptop. Trades move too quick. Yeah, no, it definitely does, Dejan. Like it moves way too quick for you to like get in and out. So Dejan over here, unfortunately, his first trade over here should have hit full TP, but he wasn't able to set his TP stop loss. So he only locked in partial profit. And then his second trade over here, he locked in 1,090. So he locked in a full TP there. Dejan over here currently at 1,102. So nice work right there, Dejan. And yeah, no, I agree. Definitely should be trading on your laptop. All right, man, this is a choppy market. I was hoping we'd have some sort of direction today. Usually if the market's kind of choppy, like Monday through Tuesday, Wednesday is usually the day where it starts to move smooth. Today was the actual opposite. Market was a little smooth Monday through Wednesday or Monday through Tuesday because we had some pretty good profits yesterday. But today it's been a bit choppy. There just hasn't been any direction here at all. This price has been bouncing back and forth. Yeah, it's been a mess. So market open right here at 630. It's just in a huge range right now. So this is the actual range for market open. So there's no real direction to the upside, no real direction to the downside. It's just back and forth. So market open right here at 630. Yeah, this is literally what happened for the entire session today so far. Price faked out to the top, faked out to the bottom, faked out to the top, and I'm expecting price to come right back down. This is the area that I'm expecting target price to hit if price does drop down to below. It's just going to be a matter of time. It's just there's no direction set right now. Once there's a direction, I think price is going to continue there. 1 hour has that pending buy signal. It's just a little bit farther up, but not really there yet. Yeah, I think so too, Maddie. It's just going to be some time. That's all it does. That gold trade from last night, screw it. Well, it's just taking a long time. I don't really like gold. I should have just never taken that one. Let me check gold real quick. I think I might just stick to the indices because gold's kind of, this thing's still running. Well, it went the other way, Maddie. So I don't know if you took the buy here because the buy here actually played out, but I think it's going to come back down because the other one never finished. I just don't know where to place a stop loss at. So this one already hit TP for the buy. Yeah, I don't really like gold too much. I'm just talking to Maddie about the that intraday entry. It's not even an intraday entry, it's more of a swing entry because it's generally just a set and forget type strategy. We just don't have anything right now. Yeah, I'll keep looking at it, Maddie. I'm not going to take it off. I take it with the 0.01. So like drawdowns like pennies. It's not very much. So I'll literally just hold on to it. It's probably eventually going to hit. But yeah, it's definitely going to take some time. So back to US30 over here. We do have or actually we don't yet. If this here closes on a 10, it has 40 seconds left on it, then we're going to have this confirmation for a buy. You can see the trend meter down here is turned to green. I'll move this down here. We got 30 seconds left on this candle. All right, we got that buy signal pending on the 10. Got to see if it closes. If it doesn't close, I'm expecting price to probably come right back down. If it does, it might push up a little bit at least. All right, so it didn't actually close, but we do have the bullish trend. So back to step one right here, confirm trading in the direction of overall trend. Right here on the 10-minute, we currently have a bullish bias. Reason for that is because the trend meter is green, price is above the pivots, and the pivots are angling up. There's no clear direction here, but we do have that push to the upside. Same with the 5-minute here, it's also bullish. Price is above the pivots, trend meter is green, but you can see price coming all the way back down. So we have a pretty messy market for US30 today. I don't know if this is going to hold. I personally don't think it's going to hold. I think eventually price is going to come down and it's going to stay down. As I was discussing with Maddie, I'm currently in a sell right now on the 1 hour for a swing trade. And I think eventually it's going to hit. It's just going to be a matter of time until it actually does, but it's not at that point yet. So you can see, so if you look here on the 10, you can see it's shifting a lot. Let me just make this maxed out. So you can see over here, this is literally from market open. Market open right here at 6:30. You guys can see that there's literally no direction, right? Price pushes up for 10 minutes, pushes down for 10 minutes, pushes back up for 10 minutes, and now it's right back down in like 1 minute. Right, so it's not really a good time to make entries here for US30. This candle here literally just opened a minute ago, and it dropped about 1,000 pips. That's how like crazy the market's moving right now for US30. So just be patient, guys, and wait for these confirmations. I'm not looking for any entries until we reach or until we confirm step one over here. So step one still isn't confirmed. 10 minutes bearish, 5 minutes bullish, 1 minute bearish. So there's no overall trend right now. There's a possible entry right here for a sell, but as I mentioned, the requirements haven't been met. So even if this was to close as a valid or any type of sell signal, I wouldn't take it. We still got to finish or at least confirm step one. So until that's met, can't move on to the next ones. All right. It's kind of an annoying market, right? I prefer there to be at least some sort of direction, but I mean, you can see here on the one, it's pretty obvious. There's no direction. Price is going back and forth. I mean, you can tell on all of them right here. This has been ranging pretty heavily. It's kind of messy. 5 minutes messy. The 10-minute here is actually pretty clear. You can see how the range here has actually been stuck with where it's currently at. Like looking at these bigger candles, these are 10-minute candles. Price is literally going back and forth for like the past hour. Yeah, Kevin said this is freaking annoying. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Kevin. Hopefully you're not in a position right now. I'm kind of just waiting. I'm in that small position, but it's like a 0.01, so it's not really gonna do anything. It's like a penny move that I'm just holding on to. But I don't have any like actual positions running right now. So yeah, Kevin said those red candles were stop hunts. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think there's stop hunts in both directions, Kevin. So we had stop hunts here, and then we also had stop hunts here for the bullish push. Um, yeah, Peter said this looks like straight manipulation. Yeah, exactly. So this is a good time to just sit out the market, guys. Don't force anything right now. Um, I'm literally just waiting because obviously this is not a clear movement. And even if I wanted to take an entry here on the one, if you look here on the one, it's between all these red flags. So even if I wanted to enter anything, there's all these sessions up here. And then there's all these sessions in news price and open price right here. So either way, if I was looking for a buy, I couldn't take anything up here. If I was looking for a sell, I couldn't take anything over here either. And that's basically where price has been this whole time. So I'm in no rush. I'm just waiting for some sort of confirmation here. And here we go, as price comes back down. So hopefully none of you guys are in like any actual positions right now. If you guys are messing around in the market with like a very small lot size, like a 0.01 penny lot, then that's cool because you can withstand, these big spikes in price. It's literally spiking like 1,000 pips each candle. If you look here on the 10, each candle has been like at least 1,000 pips. Right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for the past 50 minutes, price has been spiking at least 1,000 to 2,000 pips. So total range over here of 1,850 pips. That's how much it's been ranging right now. Yeah, so just sit out, guys. Don't force anything right now. Don't try to hop into anything crazy because the last thing you want to do is enter a buy and price spikes down and stops you out. And then vice versa, if you enter a sell, price spikes up and stops you out, right? I mean, I'd be pretty stressed out if I was in a position right now, like an actual position, because it just keeps switching up. So right now, again, we have a bullish bias with the trend. We'll see if this here holds. All right, so it's pushing above past the sessions right here. Let's see if it actually closes above it. It might have an issue not be able to close past this Asia high right here. But if this here closes, then we actually have a direction for once right here. I don't know how long it'll hold for, but we might have a direction. The reason why I'm saying that is because over here on the 10, you can see price is above the pivots. Trend meter over here is green. Pivots are angling up. This is going to confirm a bullish trend on the 10-minute. Same with the 5-minute over here. You can see the trend meter is green. Price is above the pivots. Pivots are angling up. This confirms a bullish trend on the 5-minute. So 10-minute, 5-minute is bullish. Lastly, here on the 1-minute, same thing. Price is above the pivots. Trend meter is green, and the pivots are angling up. So we have a bullish trend with regard to all of these time frames. That's going to be step one. Moving over to step two, we need to confirm momentum on the 10-minute time frame. So in order for us to get that, we need the 10-minute over here to close with this buy signal. We have about 2 minutes left on this candle. So if this here closes with a buy signal, we can move on to step three. But until then, we got to confirm step two. So going back over here to the 1 minute, you guys can see here that this candle over here was not able to break and close past the sessions right here. So it pretty much got stuck where I marked up. And let's see if this ends up holding or if it ends up coming right back down. But my main focus right now is going to be this right here. I need this here to close with the buy signal. If this closes with the buy signal, it's going to confirm step two, and then we can move on to step three, right? So everything here is step by step, guys. My way of trading is all mechanical. If the first step hasn't met, we can't move on to step two. So we confirm step one, looking over to step two, and we need this here to close. It looks like it's having trouble here closing because it has such a huge wick on top. So we got about 1:28 left on this candle. Yeah, exactly. Douglas said range day. It's pretty much what's going on here. Big range day. It's a range day on pretty much all the time frames. Let's see. Kevin said, I know traders are jumping in and out in both directions because the candles are big and that indicates momentum in that direction. But they're just stopping people out in both directions. Yeah, and I agree too, Kevin. 100%. That's why I don't mess with it right now. All right. USD CHF still playing around right there. It's bearish on all time frames, right? Bearish. Yeah. So this looks good. So this position is still running. Here we go with the swing right back down. So I'm looking over here on the one. It looks like price is coming back down. If this 10-minute here does not close with the buy signal, then we don't have step two. And if that happens, I think this might reverse right back down, just like Maddie said. This is one of the worst markets to trade. I haven't seen US30 this rangy in so long. I've seen it where it's like consolidated, where it didn't really move much, but this has actually been bouncing back and forth about 1,000 pips per candle. So this is like horrible market conditions. Unless you have an extremely wide stop loss, you're going to get stopped out in either direction, whichever direction you decide to trade in. So let me see if the range here widened a little bit. All right, so the range right now is almost at 2,000 pips. Each candle here has moved at least 1,000 pips. This one on open 630, 1,000 pip push up. This candle right after it, 1,000 push down, 1,000 push up, 1,000 pip push up again. And again, right here, we'll see if this actually holds or if it ends up coming right back down. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. We don't really have anything to take right now. So if you guys need me to cover anything or explain anything to you, just let me know. If you guys are confused about the strategy, if you guys are confused about my analysis, just let me know and I'll clear it up for you. I know there's a lot going on the screen right now, so you might be a bit confused going from time frame to time frame, but realistically, until we get this buy signal here on the 10-minute, we can't move on to the next step. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know and then we'll go over something. But if not, we're just going to keep waiting. Step one still met. We still have a bullish trend overall. So step one's done. Step two right here, we need this buy signal to close on the 10-minute. Once we get that, we can move on to step three. If this here closes with a buy signal, then step three is going to be completed. We'll move on to step four. And then this is where we make our entry. So as of now, we're on step two. And it's just a waiting game. We got 8 minutes left on this clock for the 10 minutes. So we got a lot of time. Yeah, Douglas said, word of caution to anyone considering a prop firm. Funded next has huge execution times. Okay, good to know, Douglas. I've never even heard of Funded Next, so it wasn't on my list of things to try. But if you guys are looking at it, Douglas did mention that Funded Next has like horrible execution times. All right, we got 7 minutes here. So I got about 7 minutes to answer questions. Let me see what we have over here. Let me scroll up real quick. Maddie said 1 hour is in a downtrend, but just retracing right now. I think it'll go down, knock out the lows and hit liquidity. Yeah, no, and I agree too, Maddie. It's a question from David. David is asking, you mentioned liquidity. Could you walk us through that logic? How did you recognize it? Yeah, so I've had a lot of mentoring sessions this week, and I'm not sure if I talked to you about this, David, but I did talk to somebody about this. Let me go here to this chart, or let me see if I can find a clean chart over here. Actually, I don't want to mess up the charts that I have marked up right now. So let me just go over here. I'll just use this right now. Go to US30. So the way that I identify liquidity is I'm looking at where people's stop losses are, right? That's like what I'm focused on when I'm looking for liquidity here. So the reason why I identify this as liquidity was because not everybody has my indicators, obviously, right? So nobody can see here that we're in a downtrend specifically. What I like to look at here is when price pushes one way, right? So price has a momentum push to the upside like this. And this is just disregarding the indicators, right? Because nobody has, well, people aren't going to be using the same indicators as me. So a normal retail trader would see this. So here's one example here. See this big bullish push right here? If someone is entering, and not just someone, this is like a lot of people. You see a lot of people bandwagon on these moves like this, right? And it goes both ways. So here, I'll show you how this works out in both directions. So say, for example, right here, if someone was to enter a sell at this point, where do people place their stop losses, right? I have my high lows over here. Typically, the place where people place their stop losses is going to be the previous swing highs, right? So what I typically do, or what you can do, is you can draw lines here where these untested highs are, right? So if someone's entering a sell, their stop losses are going to be placed right here. It's a given, right? If you learned trading from anywhere, from anybody, everyone tells you to place your stop loss at the previous swing. So previous swings right there. This is where I'm identifying liquidity, right? Because I know that if price reaches this point, this is where people's stop losses are going to get hit. So this is how I use it to my advantage. When I get a buy signal here, and you can see where price pushes up, this buy signal right here, this here pretty much knocks out everybody's stop losses, right? So where's the next level of liquidity? Right there, right? So if I can identify this as liquidity, and by liquidity, I mean, this is where everyone places their stop losses. It's liquidity because when price reaches this point, this is where you're going to get a big push in price. So looking at this over here, when price reaches this point, and you can see how this candle here reached it, I'm expecting this to push up even higher because it needs to stop everybody out. Everyone who chased the sell here is going to get stopped out because their stop loss is right there. So what I'm expecting the next candle to do is to push up even higher and blast right through it, right? There's the liquidity that I just discussed, right? The same area right here, I had liquidity right here, price hit it, blasted through, liquidity right here, blasted right through, right? So I've looked at it in that direction. Again, I'm going to do it now the opposite way, right? So whoever chased this buy, because the thing is, you know, trading is all psychology, right? When people see these big pushes in price, they bandwagon onto these moves. So again, right here, same situation. Whoever's going to enter the long over here, where's your stop loss going to be? At the previous swing. If you have my high-low indicator, this is going to show you exactly where liquidity is sitting. Right? It's not rocket science. Literally, you're just looking over and looking at where people are placing their stop losses. That's what would be considered liquidity. So again, right here, there's my area of liquidity. All right. So right here, I have a sell signal, right? On the 1 hour. For the sell signal right here, I'm anticipating price to come down to this point right here, right? It's eventually going to come down to this point because it's going to have a slow push, but eventually these people who put their stop losses down here are going to get stopped out. So if I take this trade right here, you can see it takes quite some time, but eventually it goes exactly to where I identified. I knew where people's stop losses were sitting. So, you know, it's kind of a difficult concept for some people to grasp because a lot of people learn trading one way. For me, I trade the opposite of everybody. So if everyone's looking for buys here, I'm looking for the opposite sells. If people are looking for, you know, other types of positions, I'm always anticipating price to hit liquidity. So again, right here. So we have this. Let me go to this point right here. I'm going to show you again another example of what I mean by that. So see how price is coming down right here? When price is coming down like this, everybody is doing the same thing, right? Everyone's literally waiting for the same thing right here. They think price is going to continue to drop. But what I'm doing is I'm doing the opposite. I have a buy signal right here. If anyone enters a sell at this point, where's your stop loss going to be? Right there, right? So I do opposite of everybody. If everyone's looking for a sell here, I'm looking for a buy. So I see a buy right here. This is my target liquidity. So I want people to get stopped out. Like I'm literally banking on people to get stopped out, which is what happens to most people. Especially if you see people trading like those big 1 to 3, 1 to 5 risk rewards, those people are going to get stopped out like 1 to 3 times before they hit their TP. So looking at this right here, doing the same thing that I just discussed, waiting for liquidity. But for this right here, this is like a bigger move. So like you'd have to have like a super wide TP stop loss. It's not one that I would necessarily use, but you can see right here, it eventually does hit. This is the strategy that I was discussing earlier, the swing type strategy, where I take a very, very small lot size. I typically don't have a stop loss at all, and eventually it's going to hit TP. So that's how I identify liquidity right there, David. It's not a strategy that I recommend people using. It's something that I'm kind of playing around with, but you can see here that eventually it does hit TP. So I just enter without a stop loss, but I have like, it's like it's very small lots at 0.01. So eventually it does hit. Again, right here, show you another one, sell signal right here, right? So the same thing that I just discussed, people here who are chasing the buy, their stop loss is going to be right here. So with their stop loss right there, if I'm going to take this, write it down to that point right there, and then you pretty much let it run full TP. So there's a quick explanation right there, David. That's how I identify liquidity. Liquidity is just where I see people placing their stop loss. So that's literally all I'm anticipating and looking for. Back over here to the 1 minute, guys. Let's see if the 10-minute actually closed. Sorry, I didn't fix this real quick. It's kind of messing with the wrong chart. All right, my USD CHF position is still running in profit. I'm up 135. Going back to this chart over here. All right, so we got that confirmation. 10-minute finding closed. So let's go back to the requirements over here for the momentum scalp. And we have news right here on this candle. Thanks, Maddie, for the confirmation. We got a lot of news right here. So, all right, let's go over here and look at the steps. So step 1, confirm trading in the direction of overall trend. Right here, the 10-minute is bullish. We can confirm that by looking down at the trend meter. It's currently green. Price is above the pivots. Pivots are angling out and they're spread out to the upside. So right here, we have a bullish trend on the 10-minute. Same thing with the 5. Price is above the pivots. Trend meter is green. Pivots are angling up and they're spread out. So for the 10-minute and 5-minute bullish, looking over here on the 1 minute, lastly, same thing, right? Trend meter is green. Price is above the pivots. Pivots are angling up and they're spread out. So with that said, we've confirmed step 1 here. Moving on to step 2. Confirm momentum on the 10-minute time frame. The 10-minute over here did close with the buy signal. So since it closed with the buy signal here, we've confirmed step 2. Going down to step 3, confirm momentum on the 5-minute. Same thing right here. We have a buy signal on the 5-minute. So now we can move on to step 4. Step 4 is right here. And now we're just confirming momentum on the 1 minute. So once we get a buy signal here on the 1 minute, we can take the buy entry and then enter for a quick scalp. So pretty much all steps here are met. In order for us to get a buy signal here on the 1 minute, we need a retracement sell signal. So I need a sell signal to come up here. And then once I get a buy signal back up, that's where our entry is going to be made. However, the problem with this here is that we have a lot of red flags around this area, right? We have a lot of news. I don't know where this thing came from. 1 second, guys. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know where this pink line came from. I don't think it's news, right? Because price hasn't been up here yet, unless it was from yesterday. Okay, so this news candle might have been from yesterday, which is fine. I'm gonna delete it. I gotta make sure to clean my charts up every day because we're gonna get those confusing lines there. All right, so we're good. Yeah, basically right now I'm pretty much just waiting at the moment. Again, we don't know if this is going to hold. So just keep that in mind, guys. This could be another fake out and this can come right back down. So let's see. Kevin said, looking at the time frames, looks like price is in an uptrend. It's making higher highs. It's choppy, but it's swinging up. Yeah, no, I mean, I still consider it in a range. I do see price pushing up right now, but I don't think it's like, it's not enough to really hold, right? Until we confirmed it. So it's gonna be a matter of time here. This might come right back down. I mean, we'll see what happens. But if it doesn't, we're still looking for a buy here. So if we get that buy, possible entry, but looking at the 1 minute over here, it's coming right back down. Looks like it's going to pull right back into the range that it was in earlier. So it's easier to see over here. This is the actual range. Like the range here is so wide that it's really hard to figure to really confirm if it's actually pushing out. So this is the range from today. And if this candle here pulls back into the range, I mean, price might just come right back down. So we got the low right here, we got the high right here. Price just, decided to spike up right here, but then now it's pulling right back into the range. So we'll see what we get here. I mean, either way, if we get a buy signal at some point here, this can push, right back up. Yeah, Kevin said it rejected off the 200 period MA for him on the 15-minute. And there we go. Price pulls literally back into the range. So, I mean, it was fun while it lasted. I was hoping we'd get a buy entry here, but it doesn't look like we're getting it because it's pulling literally back into the range. This is the range from market open. Market open here at 6:30. And price pushed out of it, and then it just faked out, pulled right back in. So huge wick on the 1 hour Maddie mentioned. Yeah, huge wick. This might be a swing right back down. I think this might come all the way back down. Because as I mentioned, the target price point's down here. It still hasn't reached target price point. Check the 4 hours, still bearish. 1 hour, bearish. 30-minute, bearish. Actually, it's neutral. So 1 hour is actually neutral. Actually, not the 1 hour. Or still bearish. 30-minute is neutral. Two-minute bullish. 10-minute is also bullish. I mean, it's pretty mixed up right now. So yeah, prices like, I mean, it pretty much just went back into the range. We can still look for buys here though, so don't worry guys. If we get a buy signal here and it's away from all the red flags, we can still take a buy. It's just, we gotta make sure it's actually away from these red flags, not touching any of them. Yeah, Maddie said it stopped out the sellers, then now it might stop out the buyers. Yeah, I agree with you, Maddie. There's not really much movement though. All right, so let's see where this goes here. I mean, I don't really care what's going to happen in the long term because I think long-term price will come down eventually, maybe by the end of today or by tomorrow. But for the short term right here, I'm still looking for buys. So, yeah, I mean, for the most part, I'm looking for this here to provide me entry. Once it does, then I'll take a buy. But if it doesn't, then I'm fine with it swinging back down. Today's like, it's one of the more frustrating trading days, I feel. I got two charts here, close one. Yeah, today's like one of the more frustrating days this week because there's like no direction at all. Price will just keep faking out both directions. I mean, the good thing about today is that we're not in any trades, so I'm not really, or we're not in any US30 trade, so I'm not really stressing about it. But it is kind of frustrating because just you want to take an entry and you can't. It's 7:40 right now, guys, so it's about 20 minutes till 8. If we don't get an entry by 8, we might, like, maybe I'll sit on with you guys for a little bit to see if anything comes up past 8, but I mean, it just doesn't really look like it. Yeah, Jonathan said wacky Wednesday. Exactly. No direction at all. So here we go. Price is dropping all the way back down. See, Kevin over here posted some profits tonight. So Kevin caught that big push to the upside right there. Total profit of 18,140. Great work right there, Kevin. So I'm glad that played out in your favor. I would have taken something for a buy there if there was some sort of entry. We didn't have the confluence here with my requirements, so unfortunately, nothing. If there's a pending sell signal here in the 5-minute, if this here closes with the sell signal, then we got to go back to step 3. So we're going backwards now. So it doesn't look like we're going to get this buy entry, guys. I mean, we'll see. But it doesn't really look like it right now. We got about 5 minutes left on this candle. If this closes with a sell signal there, then we got to go back to step 3. Just backtracking on this. Let's see. Jonathan said, I'm out before I FOMO into something. LOL, have a great day, y'all. Yeah, definitely, Jonathan. So we'll see you here tomorrow. It's probably best idea to sit out because I could see this market trapping some people. If not, if it hasn't already. I'm pretty sure it trapped a lot of people today because unless you were looking on multiple time frames like we are here, it would have been really easy for a lot of people to get caught up on this 1 minute, right? So this 1 minute over here is super messy. If you traded this here this morning, there's a lot of areas here where you could have gone caught in like some really bad trades because price pushed up, then it came back down, then it pushed back up, and it came back down, and then it pushed back up, and then it just kept going back and forth. So a lot of back and forth movement right there. With regard to the 1 minute, if you're looking on the higher time frames like we were here on the 10, you could have pretty much assumed that this was not a good area to trade because you can see how big these candles are. Each candle over here is moving like maybe 100 pips to a couple hundred pips, and then we get some more market open right here, and each candle is moving at least 1,000 pips or more. So that's not normal volatility either. If you look back at yesterday's market, so this was yesterday morning, right? You got some volatility here, but you don't got 1,000 pip. Like you have maybe like 1,000 pip candle, but you don't have like 6 of them back to back right after each other. So the volatility from this morning is very unusual with these big spikes back and forth. Typically, if it's one direction, then great. But if it's back and forth like this, like look at these candles. You have one big candle here for a green, and then one big red one, and then one big green one, and then one big red one. It's just a lot of uncertainty. So this sell signal is still pending on the 5. This is kind of what we're waiting for right here. We have a buy signal coming up on the 1 over here, but it's right at the session. So even if we got this to close, we wouldn't be able to enter it because it's like literally at the sessions right there. So what I'll do here is I'll mark it up, but I'm not going to take it because it's right at the sessions. And actually, it doesn't even look like it's going to close. So yeah, it did not close with that buy signal there. Another pending buy signal here. 5 minute as well, pending sell signal. I want to move my stop loss and profit for USD CHF, but it's so close to the entry point that I don't want to get stopped out too early. So I'll keep looking at this here. There's not really much movement going on here. Let me check the other Forex pairs real quick to see if there's anything for us to enter. If you guys have any questions, put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep looking for any possible entries here. Odd NZD already hit full TP. CHF. CAD JPY, nothing there. You're odd, you're okay. Yeah, I don't see any entries over here. There's this one that's running. I was going to call this last night, but I didn't because it was already in profit. It pulled back right here. I could have made a late entry, but I didn't. So this one here is running, applying the SR zone strategy plus in conjunction with the momentum strategy that I've been discussing with you guys. It's actually one right here for your USD as well. Check overall direction, bullish. Be a possible entry. Whoops. Possible late entry, but I'll leave it for now. Just gonna mark it up and I'll see. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Same with GN over here. I was going to make a late entry. You can see it's almost on its way to full TP. So GN and EN right here, these are two entries I was going to call, but they happen to be in profit already when I saw them. So unfortunately, I couldn't call it, but looks like they both can hit full profit. GU over here, same thing. This actually might be a better entry. It's a way bigger move though. 115 pips. Let me go back to US30 real quick. So there was a buy signal that came up right here. However, it was right at the session, so we couldn't take that trade. It's obvious red flag, and it would have hit TP. So unfortunately, we couldn't take that trade, guys, because it was literally at the red flag. But this is the entry that we were looking for. So as I was mentioning before, we were waiting for that buy signal. It finally closed, but it was right at this sessions right here. So unfortunately, we would have had to skip that one, because if you look over here at the red flags, these are when to avoid trades: when price is near sessions, which it was right here, or when price is near opening price, news price, candle prior to entry is too large, or price is ranging. So the main thing right here that would have stood out would have been the sessions. You can see this purple line right here is the Asia high. Price came up, hit TP, and then spiked right back down. So that's why we don't want to take trades around these areas, because this is it's an area for manipulation. So if you guys caught it, great. If not, it's okay. It's not a good time to make entry. Let me go back to GU over here. I'm just going to mark these up with a marker so I can go back to them later for possible late entry. There's one that's currently running over here, NZD CHF. So basically the way that I identify these, I'm just writing momentum, right? The reason why I think this will go up, well, if I was to take this trade, is I would look on the higher time frames here. 8 hours bullish, daily's bullish, 4 hours probably going to keep pushing up far enough to reach this profit target. So same thing with GU over here. GU, I see this buy entry here. I look on the 8 hour, it's bullish. 10-minute daily is bullish as well. So with all that lined up, I see this as some sort of retracement, but eventually I do expect it to push up and hit TP at some point. It's just a really big push, though. 115 pips. So I'll come back to these later. USD CHF kind of bouncing around. Still bearish though, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, eventually if the next candle closes in profit for USD CHF, I'm going to be moving my stop loss in profit. I think this market in general is just kind of wacky. So I'm not really feeling it too much. Okay. So back over here to the 1 minute, same thing that we were looking at earlier. We're back to step 4. The only problem is we have so many red flags around this area. In order for us to have some sort of entry, we need to have a retracement signal. All right. All right, so let's see if we get something. If we don't get anything by 8, guys, then I'll try to hang out with you guys a little longer to catch maybe, you know, one entry. If it still moves kind of wacky like this, like past 8, then I'm just going to wrap it up. It hasn't been a good trading day like pretty much all session. So the last thing I want to do is FOMO or enter into a risky position. It's about to be 750. So basically, step 1's met. Everything's bullish. Step 2's met. We have a buy signal here on the 10. Step 3's met. We have a buy signal here on the 5. Step 4, we just need that buy signal for entry. So the buy signal here is going to be catalyst for entry on the 1 minute. We can't get a buy signal yet because we already had one right here. We need to get a sell signal first, and then the signal following that would be a buy signal. But yeah, there's not really much to go off here. However, if price swings back down, then it's going to be a long time until it confirms. So again, we just got to wait. All right, price is pushing up higher, which is fine. We need that sell signal. So it doesn't matter how far price pushes up. We can't take entry until we get that buy signal. And in order for us to get that buy signal, we need to get the sell signal to come up first. So let me go over here on the 1 hour and let me see if this actually closed. So it hasn't closed yet, but it's pending, or it was pending. Yeah, it's still pending here. It has 8 minutes left on it. So it actually has a lot of time before I can confirm. You can see where it's rejecting off. It's rejecting directly off the news price. Take a look at the sentiment. Sentiment's currently 64% short. This hasn't really changed at all. Buy metals are currently up 140 points. News over here on CNBC. Everything here is pretty much bullish. Let me check NASDAQ. NASDAQ here is bullish. There was an entry right here for a buy. I don't know if anyone caught it, but it was right at the sessions too. So same problem again right there. Oh, sorry, that wasn't even NASDAQ. That was YM. All right, NASDAQ over here. NASDAQ's bullish, so possible buys here as well for NASDAQ. Looking over here at S&P, everything's bullish here too. So possible buys there. Pretty much all of the indices right there, pretty much bullish. Gold over here is kind of all over the place right now. On the short term, it's kind of bouncing around. It looks like it's trying to make its way back down, but it's like right down the middle. It's currently neutral. All right, so back to US30. Yeah, Sisuk said, thank you, Sean. I'm calling it. Don't want to push my luck, tempting fate for a loss. LOL, great calls. Yeah, no, it's probably best to just sit it out, Sisuk, unless you got to force something. So Sisuk over here made 18,608. These are like some swing trades he was holding. EuroCAD here locked in some big profits. So nice work right there, Sisuk. Off that one. Sisuk again right here, 19,158, all wins, no losses. Nice work, Sisuk. And I think that's it for right now. And Sisuk again, another profit. So Sisuk's currently up 20,108 for the day. As I mentioned earlier, the EuroCAD positions locked in some good profit. And then down this morning, he's been trading US30 pretty much both ways. So solid work right there, Sisuk. Yeah, Maddie, I'm following that too. So I still think US30 is going to come down. I think this here is all temporary, and I think eventually it's going to swing back down. This is why I'm kind of like hesitant to really like stay on late to trade because, we really don't know where price is going. So we have a pending sell signal here on the 1 minute. I want that to close so that we can get the retracement confirmation. And then once that's closed, we can catch it swing back up for a buy. All right. Nice. Here's Kevin's FTMO, currently up 10,466 for the day. Nice work, Kevin. Yeah, so for Kevin's account over here on his FTMO, he locked in 10,466. And then over here on his TD account, locked in 4,995. Nice work right there too, Kevin. And then over here, he started a $100 Henko trade account since he noticed that I use him and he likes him so far. So he's up 30% or 30 bucks. Yeah. So 30% or $30, whichever you want to consider. Yeah, this is my broker that I use for day trading on my personal Henko trade. They've been pretty good. I mean, they've been decent so far. Haven't had any issues with them. I was using Hugo's Way for a while. I mean, I still do use Hugo's Way, but not really too much. But they did have issues because of withdrawals. If you take really big withdrawals with Hugo's Way, sometimes they take a while to pay you out. So I was kind of getting iffy about them. So I started using Henko Trade, which all pretty good. But yeah, Kevin's killing it. Here's his Henko. Here's his TD Ameritrade. And then here's the FTMO. Pretty solid. Some more profit over here from Patrick. Patrick is currently up 2,188 for the day. He got stopped out of USD CHF in profit. Nice. So you guys did pretty good today. I mean, overall profits look great. If you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to send them in. Otherwise, we'll keep waiting for another entry here, or not another entry, but actually our first official one. But if we don't get it anytime soon, we'll probably just wrap it up for the day. Looks like price is starting to consolidate. If it starts to consolidate right here, then I'm probably not going to stay on after 8. Typically, if price is still moving around 8, then great, I'll look for an entry. But if price starts to consolidate, then this is definitely a sign to wrap it up for the day. Last thing you want to do is trade when price is consolidating and price spikes in your opposite direction. If price is ranging, it's fine. Like we have a big range, that's completely fine. But if it is consolidating like this very slowly, you definitely don't want to trade in a market like this because it can spike in either direction. So we'll see. I'll get a few more moments for this to confirm. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, I'll just wait. It's got to wait for another possible entry here, but I don't think we're getting one anytime soon. What's throwing me off here is the consolidation. I think this is really what's making me not want to trade right now or stay on and trade because it's just not looking too good. Yeah, Kevin said he's been taking trades for buys. Yeah, no, I've seen it's been solid. Yours have been pretty solid for the day. I'm still looking for a buy too, Kevin. I just need that confirmation with the buy signal. The only problem here is that we keep getting buy signals that are at the sessions, like at these red flags. So buy signal there. And then again, if we get another buy signal here at news price, I can't take that trade again because it hits my red flag. Other than that, not much going on right now. This market's putting me to sleep. All right, so let's take a look at NASDAQ real quick. No entries here for NASDAQ. Over here at S&P. No entries for S&P. The range is getting pretty hard right here for consolidation as well for S&P. Back to gold. Same with gold. It seems like a lot of these assets, the volatility has just died down over the past couple of minutes. Gold is pretty much not moving too much. S&P is pretty much ranging sideways again as well. Same with NASDAQ. So all of the indices over here are not moving at all. NASDAQ is pretty much flat. S&P is flat. Gold is flat. US30 is flat. Not really much here. So again, right here, we have a slight push to the upside. But again, in order for us to have an entry here, we need to have a sell signal close first. Once we get that sell signal, then we can possibly, catch that move. We just don't have it yet. See, Kevin said, dang, I entered a trade on my phone and entered the trade into Euro USD and I'm in some drawdown. I hate when that happens. Yeah. You got to be careful for that on your phone, Kevin, because like when you open your phone up, it's going to go to like the default asset, which is usually Euro USD. And that's happened to me too. So hopefully your USD swings back up. I think you probably hopped into that for a buy, right? So if you did, I think you're fine because it looks like it's going to push up from here anyways. I still have the buy here marked up on my end. So I would just put your TP at a little bit above break even. Catch as it swings back up. USD CHF right here is still around break even point. Yeah, Kevin said, I know I have 3 computers in front of me. I don't know why the hell I entered on my phone. Yeah, I never enter trades on my phone, guys. It's got you in the heat of the moment, it seems. All right, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. It's 8:01 right now. Market is pretty much just going sideways right here, straight like range. So I don't really feel comfortable taking any entries. However, if you guys do have questions, I'm available to answer whatever questions you guys have. No mentoring sessions for today, so I don't have anything scheduled. Or let me check my calendar real quick. Yeah, no mentoring sessions for today. So that's that. That'll probably give me some time to work on the rest of the course revamp videos. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'll hang on with you guys here for a little bit longer. I'll see if there's some actual movement. If there's no movement, then I'm just going to wrap it up, because it does not look like we're getting anything here anytime soon. Unfortunately, today was one of those days where there just wasn't anything for us to take. And then unfortunately for my entry that I did take this morning, I didn't have proper lot size. So I ended up taking penny profits right there, which is fine. I mean, profit's profit. Kevin over here. This is actually, you already showed me that trade at TMO. Cool. Oh, actually, no, this is another one. You posted another profit. So another profit over here off his main account. So he's up 21,650. So I got confused. I thought this was your FTMO. Nice. Yeah, great work right there, Kevin. With those profits, I don't see anything here, guys. So looking back on the 1 minute over here, price is it's consolidating pretty hard right here, which is not a good time to trade. So I don't recommend you guys enter any trades until price breaks out of this consolidation phase. It's not really looking too good right here. The thing is, you want to be very careful about taking entries in either direction, because if you take a buy here and price spikes down, it's going to stop you out right away. And then vice versa, if you take a sell here and price spikes up, it's going to stop you out right away in that direction as well. So I'd be very selective about, like, you know, which entries you guys do decide to take, because it's not really looking too good. The market overall. Yeah, this doesn't look good at all, guys. So I think I'm gonna call the trading session. I'm just gonna wrap it up. If you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to message me on Telegram or email me on the website. My email is sean@kodikaitrades.com. If you guys are new here and you guys want to sit down with me to get mentorship, you know, I'm available for mentoring whether you're a member or not. If you guys want to learn the strategies, I can sit down with you guys and show you guys the strategies and indicators. Otherwise, I think my main schedule for today is going to be producing and recording for the new course revamp. I'm like halfway done. Let me check my list over here. I have a lot of videos that I have to record that are like kind of not super necessary. I'm just going to record like my basic, like basically all the tools here on TradingView. I'm also going to record how to use the depth of market and FTMO Trade Manager on MetaTrader. Also, just like the very basic stuff like TradingView, installing it, MetaTrader, which broker to use, risk management, and trade psychology. So hopefully by the end of this week, or if not next week, I'll be finished with all the videos, and then I can produce them and then upload them to the website. So I think for the most part, if you guys do have questions, I'll be around. So, you know, feel free to message me on Telegram. If there's anything you guys want me to analyze, like for example, if you guys are trading something and you guys don't feel confident about it, you know, just send me a message and I'll analyze it for you. But yeah, I think right now, looking over here at US30, this is not necessarily a good area to trade. You want to be very careful about taking entries here, because this range here is just, it's just preparing for a breakout. Whenever price ranges like this, it's going to break out one way or the other, right? My guess is that eventually it's going to come down. So let me check over here on the 1 hour. Yeah, we'll see. Maddie, so there was a buy signal here that closed on the 1 hour. This might push up a little more. Well, I mean, it might go either way, actually. But, you know, eventually I think this is going to push up too, to get to like this point over here. So, I mean, we'll see. Kind of hoping it comes down and knocks this out first before it pushes up. But I think eventually it'll, you know, we'll see how it goes. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Feel free to email me, sean@kodikaitrades.com. If you guys are new here and you guys want access to the indicators and strategies, just go on the website, kodikaitrades.com. If you just want to go back and rewatch all of my live sessions from this year and for the past 3 years, just go to the YouTube channel right here, youtube.com/kodikaitrades.com, go to videos. Or you can just scroll down, actually. If you scroll down, it has all the live streams right here. Basically, all the live sessions. I've been trading live for about 3 to 5 years now. They're all recorded and left here. So if you guys want to watch them, they're right there. Mentoring sessions are right here. If you want to watch any of the old mentoring sessions, the ones with the orange background are going to be mentoring sessions that are one-on-one. The ones with the green background are going to be the group mentoring sessions. Down here, strategy explanations. Down here, live trading results. If you guys ever want to go back and watch the trading results for the past couple of days, I've been making these videos now. So pretty much every day, I'm making a video of everyone's profits. So if you guys want your profits posted and you want to be featured on the YouTube or Instagram or whatever, just send in your profits anywhere into any of these groups or to me personally, and then I'll add them to the list, and then they will be posted later on today. So other than that, guys, I think that's about it. So if you guys want to continue to trade, I do recommend that you guys be very careful about your entries because price is ranging here pretty hard. We'll see if price comes down, but if not, then we will reset and pick back up tomorrow. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for today. If you guys have anything else, let's see. Yeah, Ross said on the 1 minute. So Ross is asking, are you watching the liquidity on the top? So I'm gonna check that real quick. No, not really, Ross. I don't really use liquidity on the 1 minute. Those liquidities that I'm using are on the higher time frames. I mean, you can use this as liquidity if you wanted to, but I don't personally use it myself very much because you'll see here that there's so many momentum signals that you get a lot of fake outs right here, right? Because there's so many signals. If you're on the higher time frame, like the 1 hour, you're not going to get as many. You're going to get a signal every so like for right here, you had a buy signal. You don't get a signal for like another 3 days. And then from right here, you don't have another signal for like another 2 days or so. So I don't really use it on the shorter time frames. I mean, you can use it, but I don't think it's as accurate. So yeah, I mean, if you want to play with it, you can, but I think you'd have to use other confirmations to really confirm that. So, all right, guys, other than that, I think that's it. If you look over here on the 5 minute, it's starting to get sell signal. So this might be swinging right back down. It's just going to be a matter of time until this confirms if it's going to come back down or if it's going to swing right back up. So, all right, guys, I'm going to call it the session for now. If you guys have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session. Hopefully we'll have a smoother day. Let me check the news real quick to see if there's anything for us to be wary of tomorrow. We have medium impact news. Whoops. We got medium impact news over here at 5:30 pre-market, and then natural gas storage at 7:30. So not a crazy amount of news, but we do have something happening pre-market that can push price. So, all right, guys, other than that, I'll see you guys.